while my awesome team members are passing out some great material for you guys, I'll just take a second to, Melissa talked about some really great things, and Monica talked about some really great things, and here's the thing that all of you guys need to understand. This takes years to process all this information. I mean, and because it changes all the time, if you don't live in the space, you will not be able to keep up. So today, here's what the goal I have for you guys today, is to at least be able to get a grasp of it and put your thumb on something tangible, right? At the end of the day, if you are a business owner or if you oversee a marketing, a division of marketing for your business, you need something you can go back with and do tonight, right? You need something you can actually hashtag tonight, for example, right? You can play around with that, and you need to start experimenting with some things. What my friends are passing around is this is an actual slideshow of what I'm going through. There's some notes for you guys. Also, a few other things that I'll mention throughout the presentation. Okay, but today's technology allows the average person to be more interactive with their company or their favorite business now more than ever, right? More than ever, right? The question that you have to ask yourself is, are you engaged, right? Are you actually having a conversation, right, which is something Melissa talked about? Are you communicating effectively with people? Just because you have a bunch of likes doesn't do much for you by itself, right? When you have the likes, that means you have an audience. Now you have to say something they want to hear. And guess what your audience are? They're all of us. That's the magical thing about social media, is that we think that there's a huge science to it, and there is, but at the end of the day, we're all just people, right? And what we would do, other people typically will do. Our society is pretty conformative when you really think about it. And that's what social media does. It allows you to play in a space where you can get people's attention, and you can try and be creative on how you interact with them, right? So, my name is Jim Slavo, right? And we are marketing, right? NMG, National Marketing Group. I'm going to give you a background because some of you guys know me, and I had people like, who are you again? And that's okay, because historically, I didn't need you to know me, right? Our business model was a little different. So background here, very simple, is we started NMG in 1994. We're located right in Highland. Everyone knows Theo's. We're right across the street. Yeah, big, ugly brown building. Yep, we started in a closet, and we have the whole top floor now, okay? Yes. So we started, honestly, the business started, when I was 16, I found I was going to be a father, had to get things going, because I love all my kids, and got to create something special for them, right? Have 4 now, 2 in college, thank God. But here's what happened, when we started the business, right, we are a direct-to-consumer company, which means we literally talk with all the people you're trying to get to. That's what we do, right? And we do it in a very creative way. When we started the company with 2 people, we grew it over a period of, it's been 20 years now, so right around the 15-year mark, we had grown it from 2 people in a 2-door hatchback Ford Escort, that was our office when we started, to, in 2013, we were in 12 states, had 14 different markets that we oversaw with 90 quality professional people, right? And the reason why you don't know us is because for the first 17 years of our business, you didn't need to know us because we were the representative of a client. How many people have heard of the Times newspaper? Okay, so I'm gonna connect the dots for you. So if you ever had anybody back in the day come by your house and knock on your door and say, hey, I'm doing this for a school program, would you mind getting a subscription to the paper? That was us. If you ever went into an Ultra Foods, a Stratton Van Til, and said, hey sir, would you like a free copy of the paper? Here, let me show you the specials we've got going on. That was us. If you were ever at any event over the last 20 years-ish, plus, and went to the Times table and said, hey, what special do you guys have right now? And you said, oh, hey, when you sign up today, I'm going to give you this awesome coffee cup, right? That was us, right? So we made our living working with newspapers for the first, we still work with newspapers, but it's not our bread and butter anymore because technology, right? Technology has changed everything. So what we did is, we were working with some of the largest companies out there, the Times, Chicago Tribune, Sun Times, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, Philadelphia Inquirer. Like, this is what the connection is, right? As a business owner, your job is to reach consumers, right? And historically, we've always used the newspaper, right? That's you advertise. Well, when the newspaper needed more eyes for you to see, they called us, and we went and sold them. So we would sell about 1,000 home delivery newspaper subscriptions a week out of our little Highland office because we have foot soldiers that go door to door. So that's that's why you don't know us, because we've never needed you to know us. But we changed our business model about 2 years ago because newspapers just, a lot of them filed bankruptcy. You may have heard. Because of this thing called the internet came out, and there's a lot of other places to advertise now. So we had to restructure, and we took our infantry, and we said we've got 40 to 60 awesome quality salespeople. We work with students all the time, college students, some high school, and we take your product and we deliver it right to the consumer. Okay, so we're going to raffle some of these off in a little bit, but you guys may have heard of our smart card. Right, this is free marketing for businesses, right? We'll raffle these off. We sell 1,000 of these a week right now throughout Northwest Indiana and Borden, Illinois. $20 a pop, 50% goes back to a good cause. It's just a great thing. It's free marketing. You got a little thing in your My Community Savings, that's where that's at. So anyway, not to get off topic, I just need to know that you guys understand why you should listen to me. I need you to, there's some credibility here. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, so you also got a little coupon in there. We definitely want to work with you, but what we do here is we generate customers, right? We turn clicks into cash. And my presentation is going to talk to you guys about video marketing, right? It's going to talk to you about content, and it's going to talk to you about conversions. Because at the end of the day, all the hashtags, all the pages you create, if you're not creating a conversion, it's for nothing. Let's just be honest, right? If you're not getting exposure and interaction and getting people in your facility, why are you doing it? Right? You have to ask that. There's a reason behind this. So, now that I'm like 4 slides in, hold on, let me catch up. Okay, here we go. All right, so for me, marketing starts with perception, okay? And perception is everything, right? Perception is, a soft, fuzzy sweater when we touch it, right? Perception is putting on a warm shirt when it came out of the dryer, right? You guys feel it right now. You can picture it, right? Perception is a nice cold glass of lemonade on a really hot day like today, right? Because see, what perception does is that it takes us to a place that doesn't exist in front of us. It taps into our imagination. And in our imagination is where marketing lives, right? We know this. We know that none of us in this room have a brand as so recognizable that people think about it even when they don't see you, right? Maybe you do, and if you do, I'm talking to you next, okay? But that's always our goal, is to try and keep people thinking about us even when they're not around us, right? And it's all through perception. That's really the key. And the beautiful thing about perception is that, I mentioned earlier, we're all just people, right? Everybody in the world has the same 5 senses, not counting X-Men. I'm not going to go there. But we all have the same 5 senses, right? The beautiful thing is that if we just pay attention to those, we can tap in and be creative and get people to start talking to us and to start listening and to start watching what we do. Because we have to make them feel something, or else why do you care, right? We all know this. When you guys are, everyone has a phone, right? Right? Everyone has a smartphone, right? Everyone has Facebook, right? Everyone also, thank you. Sorry about that.
I'm holding it.
Vanna White. When you pull out your phone and you open Facebook, isn't it easier and more entertaining to watch a video than it is to read a long post? Yeah, I know, right? So why aren't more people doing video? I'm going to tell you why you need to be doing video if you're not, and the advantages of it, okay? So, one more little slide on perception, and this is a nice way I like to tell our clients. Your brand is just a perception. And I know that might hurt some of you guys, but that's the reality. Your brand is a perception, right? And perceptions will match reality over time. Sometimes your brand is going to be above the curve. Sometimes your brand is going to be perceived as behind the curve. But mark my words, if you're able to have a brand, that actually attracts people and gets them thinking or feeling about you, when there's a feeling, you have a customer, right? And then there's loyalty the more they feel close to you. Okay, so when you go in and get a nice haircut, right, at J. Marie, and you're treated well, they're going to come back because they have a connection now, right? Because they perceive that this is a warm place. Make sense? Okay, how does this have to do with social media? We're getting there. Okay, so here's how, right? As I said, video is a very important place, right? So this is a client we did a video for. We did some branding for them as well. Cookielicious and Dyer, if you haven't been there, they have phenomenal cookies. Unbelievable cookies. Okay? So when you think of perception, right, it's the process of selecting, organizing, and interpreting our senses. So when you are posting something, when you leave here today, think about what you're posting. How is that going to make someone feel, or want to taste something, or want to learn more about something? You've got to tap into something, right? So check this out.
Cookies obviously isn't a really selling thing. Something we're really is kind of our specialty item would be our ice cream cookie sandwich. We're going to take 2 of our delicious cookies and put our ice cream in between. We can roll it, sprinkles, and it's awesome.
Okay. I'm so sorry about that. That's the first time I've ever used that machine. Not great, but it works. Anyway, so the reality is this. Hopefully when you were watching that, did it make you want to just wonder about what it tasted like? Right? Like when I watch this, honestly, like I start salivating. See, she's like, yep, that's me. Who likes ice cream? Come on. Who likes ice cream and cookies, right? Amen. So the reality is though, is that you have to put something in front of people that's going to make them feel something. And video is the most powerful place to do that, right? The gymnastics place, if anybody has a child, right, and they see a kid, on a video just doing like these somersaults and backflips, and it's just so proud, right? And as a parent, I'm like, man, you know what? Then I think, I wonder if my kid would like to do that, right? Because it touched a nerve. Video gives you the power to do that, right? So this slide here is just some predictions, right, that are unbelievable. So today's world demands video engagement, all right? I mean, it's not even, this is proven now, right? Social media, 3 years ago even was like, oh, does that thing work? Are you kidding me, right? So video is, if you're not on video yet, I'm going to show you why you need to be yesterday, right? 8 minutes? Oh, this is no problem, okay. All right, so according to industry predictions, right, video marketing stands to grow at an insane rate by the end of 2017, right? Video will account for about 69% of total internet activity. A video of some sort. Why is that? Because, I said it already, it's so much easier and more entertaining to watch a video than to read a long thing, right? It just is, right? I mean, we're busy. Some of us are lazy at times, right? It's possible, whatever the time of the day is, right? But watching a video is just easy. It's just easy.
What's the link that's best for a video? Because sometimes I click on a video and I look right away at the link and go, eh.
You know what? So here's what I would tell you. That's a really great question, and it's going to depend on who you're targeting. Everything in social media online is about who are you talking to. Nobody wants to watch a long video, even if they're getting paid to do it, right? Let's just be honest, right? So, a typical video, if you're putting it on, like, say, Facebook, I would say anywhere from 30 seconds to maybe a minute and a half, and sometimes that's even pushing it. Depends what the content is, and depends who you're targeting. So check this out. I don't know how well you can see this. Yes.
This might help you statistically. When people read ad copy, they read 7 words. So, like, think about how, when he says 30 seconds to a minute and a half, it's I mean, I aired for 30 seconds because 7 words, that's our attention span these days. 40 years ago, it was 11 words. I mean, we lost 4 words.
It's true. No, it's true.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and the other thing too is, again, I love people. I love people. Honest to God, I do. But I'm also smart enough to pay attention that most people, there's a lot of people, I should say, right? There are some. I'll shrink it down, right? I don't want to offend anybody. But there are some people that just don't have the vivid imagination. My wife, I love her to death, but she can't picture something unless it's literally in front of her. And it's just how she's built, it's how she's wired. Video, though, puts these things in front of people, and your brain can process so much more with a picture, and with a moving part, right? That's why when we're flipping through our face, go back up, right? Because the moving parts attract us, right? It's how we're built, it's how we're wired as people. So here's this, right? This is this statistic. So between now and 2018, right, they are expecting, okay, and I want to make sure I get this right, okay, spending-wise, right, let me mark this. By the end of 2014, online advertising beat newspapers for the first time in history, okay, which, we say that now, it's like, oh, for sure they did, right? But that's that's what everybody in this room relied on 5 years ago, and that was pretty much the majority of it, right? Okay. So the other thing that we tell you is this, is that advertisers spent $5.1 billion just on social media advertising in 2013. 2013, that's 3 years ago. That's like a light year away, right? We've advanced so much more since then with technology, and we can interact with people, right? In 2013, the moving video in your Facebook feed didn't exist. You see what I'm saying? So it's just insane. And then when you look at this right here, like, okay, so they say TV is always going, for between now and 2018, still has right around it has the controlling share, right, in all of attention for audience until 2018, where digital comes up by about 2%. So here's what this tells me. When I see this, I say, well, what do we do when we watch TV? We don't read, really. I mean, we do, but no, we watch, right? And then when you go to digital, it's video. It's video, guys. Video's where it's at, right? So if you're not posting more video, you need to try and get some and make sure that you can find a creative way to hashtag it, right? And put it on your platform that you built, that Melissa taught you how. This makes sense, though, right? It pushes radio. Look how far radio down. Radio's almost at the bottom. Billboards are down there. Directories are down there, right? You guys have this on your slide. That's why I wanted to print this out. I'm a very fact. I like data. I just love data. Okay. So I do. Well, 'cause I can show data to a client, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, I guess it's true." Right? It's not an opinion anymore.
If I can just, even if you don't have video, what I've been noticing too, if you've noticed, Facebook has added something new recently within the past couple of months, but the photo carousel and the slideshow, those attract a lot of people. I'll give you an example. I posted the other day just one single picture, and I probably got about 50 clicks on it. And then I posted the same picture as the front of the slideshow and made it into a slideshow, and right now it has over 1.k views. So
Yeah. It's the moving parts. I'm telling you, our brains just like we're just drawn to it. You know, I can't explain it yet, but it's what it is, right? And we all know it because we flip back through it as we're going through our newsfeed. We're like, wait, there's a video. You know, it at least gets a look, doesn't it? Like we may open it and be like, oh, no thanks, but you at least go to it. Right? And that's just what it is. So here's these are some awesome quick tips, right? We talked about the types of videos, right? So there's 4 that we found in our experience that are just really a really nice combo, right? So number 1 is this. You have to make sure you remember that, listen, at the core, video marketing centers around people and purposes, right? Let's not make this a science. It's people, right? So let's make it about people. If that's the first core concern, then any content you write can't be, I hope we make money. It's got to be, how can I impact somebody? How can I change a life, right? How can I educate someone? You have to come from that mindset, okay? So number 1 is relatable. Relatable video is very, very important, right? Videos allow consumers to see themselves often through someone else, right? I guarantee it's happened where you guys have watched the video and then you've like tagged a friend like, hey, this was us, remember? Right? Relatable video. See, look, everyone, that's because it's so present, it's so simple.
Here, hold my beer.
So number 2, right, is the relaxation video, right? This is where the comical, the cute, cuddly dogs and puppies come in, you know, and the babies, right? Because we all work hard, don't we? Like, we live in a society where, man, it's a grind every day. So we want to just kind of turn our brain off and watch something that we don't have to think about, right? Number 3 is the informative video, right? We do a lot of informative videos. You know why? Because business owners say, hey, I wonder if they really know what we do. Like, I really know if they know how we do it. Has anybody ever seen a Cookielicious ice cream sandwich before today? Maybe not, right? So that's why we make videos, and the informative videos are really, really powerful, okay? It gets the people's senses going, which creates like a connection a little quicker, okay? And then number 4, my favorite, is any video that we can draw emotion, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm telling you, emotion, we all want to connect. As people, as humans, we just want to connect. We want to find something that we can just not cry about, but just feel nostalgia, right? Man, that's what we want, right? So, you know, brand loyalty comes from emotions. Just remember that, right? As a kid, I always loved Nikes. Why? Because I could never afford them. That's the truth. So now that I can afford them, like, hey man, Nike, like it's like tattooed on my heart. I love it. Seriously, but because there's a personal connection. 2 minutes. Oh crap. Okay. I thought I had it too. All right. So check this out. I am going to move into some very specific things here. CJ Warren is a local salon spa here in Crown Point. It's one of our clients. They are phenomenal. It's a great place to go. Here's a case study we did for them. How many has a mother? Everybody have a mother? Yes. Okay, you're qualified. When we created this campaign, it's important you have to make multiple graphics for a campaign, so that way you can track which graphic works better and at which times. All that stuff plays a role, right? You want to take these graphics and you want to place them everywhere, right? With a unified campaign. So we place it on a slider on the website we built them, right? We take it, we put it on all of their social media sites, right? We have to redesign it, we have to resize it, right? And here's the kicker. we have to get people to pay attention to it, right? Because we want to do something called a conversion. So when a customer clicks on this, okay, hold on, wait for it. Wait for it. Okay, that was supposed to go a little easier.
This just shuts down.
Okay, so when they click on it from Facebook, whoa, what the heck? When they click on it from Facebook, it has to take them to a next step, right? How many times do you guys like something and then what?
Yeah.
You like it, who cares? I mean, yes, it creates some interaction. Yes. You guys are learning a lot about me today. Oh, what's going on? Hey! Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so when they click on it, it's super, super important that we get them to do something more, right? So we do this Mother's Day special, and then we give them this place where they can go to their website, and then they can click so that way they can actually request an appointment, right? Now you're actually making people come in your doors, right? And this is sometimes, you can call it a landing page, right? It's a place where once they click your icon, your graphic or your link, you want to take them somewhere where you can get their information and push them to actually doing something with you, right? Not just liking the picture, okay? So, as quick as I can without getting kicked off, I want to show you how this came up, okay? So we did this thing, right, for them, for Mother's Day. They said, hey Jim, I know it's late, but can we do something special for Mother's Day? And I says, okay, sure. So my team, honestly, Ben is one of my video guys, this was all Ben, honest to God, all Ben, great guy. So here's what we did. We wanted to tap into this. Our mothers take care of us our whole life, right? Why don't we get back to our moms, right? What better way to do it than through CJ Warren? Oh God.
Your mother has been pampering you your whole life. Why not pamper her for one day? Request the Mother's Day package only at CJ Warren.
Okay, so I know I'm out of time, so I'm gonna super fast go through this. So here's the deal. We ran this for 4 days, and in 4 days, here's what we got. Okay, you have notes for this. This video saw almost 5,000 people. Okay? Out of the 5,000 people, right, saw it, yes, that's good, but who cares yet, right? 79 reactions, whether it's a comment, a share, right? That's a lot, okay? Here's the best one. 228 times did they post clicked, which means it took them to the calendar, right, that I showed you. So in 4 days, we actually sold over 20 packages for the Mother's Day special at $150 a pop. In 4 days, they generated $3,000 of revenue with this ad campaign. Here's what they spent. You can't see it, but it was $12.55.
Those look like Facebook stats, or like Facebook
It's exactly what they are. These
Yeah.
are pulled right off the
And you guys
Facebook
can
insights.
see these. You don't need a special program to
No.
see this stuff.
And this is all in your
Facebook
slides
does
too. Yeah, but see, that's the reality. See, with the right quality content and knowing where to get them, you don't have to spend a fortune, although you have to spend money on Facebook if you're going to reach the audience. You have to, right? But $12.55 is crazy. Yes, sir?
Are you talking about $12.55 per $150 sale?
A total of $12.55. Here's what happens. Why is that possible? Think about it. How many of you guys like that video? Come on, that was a great video, right? I heard people laughing, right? So because you like it, you share it. You tag it. Now it's exposed to more, right? You don't have to spend money when it's organic, right? That's what organic means. People are liking it on their own and they're sharing it without being forced to share it, right? That's the difference between organic and paid. Paid means you kind of have to stick it in front of people and force them to actually do it. We put $50 into this campaign and it only used $12.55 because the content was good and the quality of it was good and it touched the nerve. It drew emotion from people, right? And that's what a good ad campaign should do. So to wrap this up, This is the last slide, and I should probably stop already. I'm sorry, Alex.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, but I need you guys to understand the difference between reach versus engagement one more time, because it's super important you understand this, right? When you put a post out there, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, it doesn't matter. The amount of people that see this post, that's reach. But the amount of people that do something with it, whether they like it, they share it, they comment, they mention you, like at NMG Inspires, right? Something like that. That's called engagement. And engagement is where it's at. And that's where you get brand recall, right? The more often you put something out there that people willingly want to participate in, right? So you can do contests, you can do video, there's a lot of stuff, right? But at the end of the day, everything you need to do is build your audience, know your customer, provide good content, interact with your followers, and then create a call to action. If you are not getting them somewhere that's quality, it's all for nothing, folks. That's the truth.
I have a question that I think probably a lot of people have.
Yes.
So, for companies that are just starting out, or even larger companies that don't have a budget, let's say, for video,
Right.
what would you recommend? Like, how do you recommend companies to get started with video?
So it all starts again with the idea. I mean, in all honesty, like creatives, right? If anyone, most people that work in this space have a creativity, right? You get to have fun. That's the honest truth. Like, we have a blast because we literally get to sit around and try and figure out how I can get you to do something. And we don't always win, trust me. But you don't need, the good thing is with your phones that you have nowadays, the pixels that are in your cameras, the quality of that, the quality of a actual video taken on my iPhone versus taken on this DSLR, when it gets to Facebook, it's the same, right? Because they dummy it down, right? So you don't have to have like this background in video. You just have to shoot something you think people would like to watch, right? So who has a business that was interested in video? Just a quick show of hand, and I'll give you a quick example. Okay. Yes, your business, I know it. It is...
Green Invest Management.
That's right, I knew it was lawn something. Okay. So here's the deal.
Bugs.
Oh, bugs. Okay, check this out. Who likes bugs? Nobody. Oh, he does. Okay. No, seriously, watch this. If you guys saw a really nasty insect, like you'd be like, ew, but you might watch it because it's just like, this is as close as you want to get, right? So that's what I recommend for you, right? Is literally see if you can get a bug in a jar, and just record it with and say, hey, you want this in your house? If not, give us a call.
That's what I do, though.
Right, yeah, if he does that, then they don't need his service, right? Does that make sense? Does anyone else have like a business that they want to get a quick sample? No?
Gymnastics.
To me, that's an easy one, right? So you guys have a lot of people that come to your facility. There's so much simplistic stuff you guys can do if you just do it routinely. But the reality is this, is that you have what people love. Kids doing great things. Do I need to say more? So the good thing for you guys is that you have someone internally that can actually take some video and say, you know what, this kid can be your kid. You know what, come talk to us. We'd love to have him or have her, right? That's a simple little thing. But the big thing is you guys can have user-generated content, and you can find a simple campaign to have all the people that come to your place do it for you for free, right? That's user-generated content. That's the best place to live. Okay, I think I'm done because I'm so sorry. Alex has been standing here. Yes.